News this morning, Governor Soludo says 3 inmates of Nigeria Correctional Services to regain freedom next week. Anambra State's multi-door courthouse bill scales second reading in State House of Assembly. Major reshuffle in Nigerian Army as top military commanders take over. Global food crisis reaches all-time high as Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues. Hello, beautiful morning to you and welcome to Breakfast News on ABS Television. I am David Okwasile. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Twoma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him our maximum support for the task ahead. We begin from the government house where Anambra State Governor Twoma Soludo has celebrated his 62nd birthday with inmates of the Nigerian Correctional Services Oka Custodial Center. Government House correspondent Valentine Mbadora has the details.
The governor, who was accompanied by his wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, and some government officials, took a tour of the facility and interacted with the inmates.
Subscription Premier League. I think if I can have a controller, I got now for if a subscription here 1 year come now for 1 year or another 1 year.
The governor promised speedy dispensation of justice as provisions that will improve service delivery of the judiciary are being made. He encouraged the inmates to ensure they come out changed persons that will contribute positively towards the development of the society. The governor, who announced that 3 of the inmates will regain their freedom next week, assured that the government will see to the provision of basic amenities within the facility while ensuring a continuous review of the conditions of the inmates.
They never deserve or pardon. And they review and that completely na me. Manane video calls and we're going to recommend this. We are reviewing them. Mananding Kemegoleme up to the end of May. Then get signed next week.
Vassal Court.
Mr. Speaker, I am very comfortable with this again because, like the previous speakers, especially Udemadu rightly pointed out, it will help to reduce the cost of litigation.
In their separate speeches, the member representing Orumba North constituency, Honorable Emeka Afoka, and his Orumba South constituency counterpart, Honorable Edward Buzo, maintained that it will promote the growth and the effective functioning of the justice system in Anambra State. The Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, read out the bill for the second time, while the lawmakers supported through a voice vote.
Those in support that this bill passes the second reading say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The bill was referred to the House Committee on Judiciary to do further work on it and report back to the House. As part of its major focuses of increasing access to justice, especially in reforming the criminal justice system, the Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption Program, ROLAC, has produced and presented copies of the Anambra State Magistrates Court Law 2021 to the State Judiciary and the Ministry of Justice. The State Coordinator of ROLAC, Mrs. Josephine Ona, led members of the program's Justice Sector Reform Team, chaired by Justice Peter Obiora, to present the document. The report. The law for the establishment of magistrate courts for Anambra State of Nigeria and for the appointment of magistrates, justice of peace and other officers of the court and for other purposes relating to the administration of justice 2021 was passed by the Anambra State House of Assembly and assented to law by former Governor Willie Obiano on 3rd November 2021. The passage of the law was significant as it was reviewed and amended the first time since 1991, that is 30 years after. It was on this backdrop that the ruler State Coordinator Mrs. Ona explained that the program saw the review as expedient considering the importance of magistrate courts to the administration of criminal justice system, as most criminal cases are heard and terminated at the courts. Mrs. Ona, while expressing happiness that the new law will fast-track justice delivery, commended the 7th Anambra State House of Assembly for passing the bill into law and the Anambra State government for its efforts in ensuring that the review was carried out successfully.
Today, we are done with it, and we are very happy about it, that we have recorded another key milestone in making administration of criminal justice delivery effective in the state.
But we will not fail to acknowledge and say thank you very much.
Thank you, my Lord.
If we say we appreciate, it is sincere appreciation. Very sincere. We look forward to more areas we can partner in order to improve the justice sector.
I would fail to say that ROLAC has been at the forefront of empowering the justice sector. It is also a very important agenda of the Professor Charles Chukwu Masoludo administration, that speedy dispensation of justice, that is one of the mantras of this administration. It's a goal we intend to achieve.
These are part of the innovations that we are seeing, and in order to fast-track hearing, a magistrate court is now required to deliver judgment after 30 days of final address. There's also timeline in hearing of criminal matters.
The presentation of the copies of the Magistrates Courts Law 2021 was witnessed by the Chief Registrar of Anambra State Judiciary, Mrs. Chinyere Osiokoye, and members of Justice Sector Reform Team, including the Secretary, Barrister Roslyn Okeke, and the State Ruler Project Officer, Barrister Chukwudozie Ifiora. From the Ministry of Justice, Jerome Udoji State Secretariat in Awka, I am David Okwasi reporting for ABS News. And from the education sector, oral and written interviews for the over 6,000 candidates who scored 60% and above in the ongoing Anambra State teachers recruitment have started. The process, which is in batches, is in 3 centers at St. John of God Secondary School, Awka, the headquarters of the Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board in Awka, and also at Ikwebike Grammar School, Awka. Our education correspondent, Theophilus Ukoha, brings us the details.
Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumaude, had earlier met with the examiners in the likes of Professor Godwin Onu, Professor Jaja Nwanebu, Reverend Professor Emmanuel Umezinwa, among others, to intimate them on the modalities and government yardstick for recruiting anyone.
We have 3 panels sitting at Ikwebike High School, the next 3 sitting at St. John High School, and then 3 again sitting at Asobeb Hall. But the most important thing is that the venue has been communicated to all the candidates.
When ABS arrived at Asobeb Awka, candidates were being screened and all certificates, claimed documents scrutinized. The same was the case when ABS crew visited St. John's of God Secondary School, Awka, and Ikwebike Grammar School, Awka. Later in an interview, some of the candidates, Mr. Solomon Izuchukwu, Mary Juliet Nezego, and Principal Ikwebike Grammar School, Awka, Mr. Jovita Arazu, expressed light on the seamless process of the recruitment exercise, and it's optimistic that quality teachers will surely emerge at the end.
I have to congratulate our governor. This is so good. This is just for the general good, and it favors the masses.
I'm okay with what the government is doing. Let them continue with the strenuous recruitment exercise to get the best out of the lot.
The oral and written interview of the candidates are expected to end 5th August. Theophilus Okon reporting for ABS News.
The Nigerian Army has redeployed senior officers in a major reshuffle that affects some principal staff officers of the Army Headquarters, General Officers Commanding, that is GOCs, Corps Commanders, Commanders of Training Institutions, Brigade Commanders and Commanding Officers, among others. This comes amid the renewed attacks by terrorists and other armed non-state actors, as well as a day after the military authorities said they have adopted a new strategy to tackle the threats in the country. Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, who is the Director of Army Public Relations, announced the redeployment of the officers in a statement on Friday. He said the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, has approved the posting of some senior officers of the Nigerian Army to command, instructional and staff appointments across the service formations and units. Brigadier General Nwachukwu said the Chief of Army Staff has directed all the newly appointed senior officers to redouble their efforts and commitment to duty in tackling the security challenges bedeviling the nation as they assume their new appointments. From the health sector now, the Executive Director, Anambra State AIDS Control Agency, Mr. John Bosco Ementa, says the agency is working tirelessly to ensure the reduction of HIV/AIDS prevalence in the state. Mr. Ementa made this known during the reconstitution and the inauguration of Anambra State HIV and AIDS Prevention Technical Working Group in Awka. Our health correspondent, Chibuzo Okoye, completes the story.
The committee comprises of the implementing partners, network of people living with HIV, local government action committee on AIDS, officials of the Ministry of Health, Children and Women Affairs, civil society organizations, among others. Inaugurating the committee, Mr. Ementa, who regretted the high level of HIV prevalence and transmission in the state, said that they decided to rejig the committee to bring in fresh minds from all walks of life that will help them to strengthen the prevention of the disease in Anambra, as well as the intervention they are rolling out to control the spread of HIV epidemic in Anambra State. The ANSECA boss said that the committee would help to bring about behavioral change in communication and awareness creation so as to stop the spread of new virus, address gender issues and promote the use of condoms, as well as eradicate stigmatization.
Before now, we used to have this technical working group, but given the recent prevalence of HIV in Anambra State, we deemed it fit to rejig the committee to bring in fresh blood, fresh minds, fresh technocrats to strengthen the committee. And the purpose is to bring about change, behavioral change in communication, behavioral change in awareness creation, also in knowledge, and to help stop new HIV infection in terms of stepping up prevention strategies that we have.
Speaking on behalf of the implementing partners, the Anambra State Resident Program Officer, United Nations AIDS, Dr. Adoha Anosike, said that they are happy to be partnering with the state government and urged for all hands to be on deck to eradicate the widespread of the HIV virus in Anambra State, as well as for all stakeholders to ensure adequate sensitization of people about the disease.
It's important that as stakeholders, we occasionally sit together from time to time to support our state HIV/AIDS response, and help to review our existing terms of reference for this meeting, to understand what efforts are being made in the state with regards to prevention. HIV prevention is very important. Let us sit together and understand our HIV data and make sure that everybody's response is addressing the needs that are on ground.
The Anambra State Coordinator, Network of People Living with HIV, Mr. Francis Nwankwo, called for the domestication of anti-stigma bill in Anambra State as a way to end stigmatization among members.
So there's need for us to have probably, even if it's a soft copy or even if it's a hard copy, so that everybody, remember, one thing you said, which I also liked, was we are not here to compete. So everybody has to work, we all have to work as a team.
The committee's terms of reference, among others, are to reduce the incidence of HIV/AIDS through interventions relating to HIV testing services, sexually transmitted infections, communication intervention, condom promotion, integration of sexual and reproductive health, and other relevant health issues into HIV prevention program, and to provide all forms of technical assistance required for achieving the strategic goals and objectives in HIV/AIDS prevention interventions at the state level, among others. In Oka, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
And from the international scene now, inflation across the Eurozone has reached a new all-time high of 8.9% in July, up from 8.6% in June. A total of 10 states that use the single currency appear in double-digit territory. Those countries are Belgium, Estonia, Greece, Spain, Cyprus, Latvia, Lithuania, the Netherlands, Slovenia, and Slovakia. The data from Eurostat is yet another ominous sign for the bloc's economy, which is gradually slowing down, raising the likelihood of a recession. Prices in July continue to climb in most countries, pushed by the worsening disruption in global energy markets fueled by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The upward trend in gas prices has spilled over to other products, including fresh fruits and vegetables. The global food crisis disrupted supply chains, and China's strict zero COVID-19 lockdowns are also putting pressure on everyday goods and services. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Television Oka. You can follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV or log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, here are the main points again. We told you that Governor Chukwuma Soludo said 3 inmates of Nigeria Correctional Services will regain freedom this week. Anambra State Multi-Door Courthouse bill has scaled second reading in the State House of Assembly. We also told you that major reshuffle has been undertaken in the Nigerian Army as top military commanders have been reassigned to take over. From the foreign scene, we told you that global food crisis has reached an all-time high as Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues. And that's the news this morning on ABS Television. I am David Obokwasile. We remind you that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him our maximum support for the task ahead. The weekend show continues right after now. Stay with us.